Hey y'all, welcome back to Brews with Brena. On this week's episode, I'm gonna show you how to style your hair with a deep waver. Ooh, and some cute hairstyles that go with it, not just deep waving. And we are going to try out this home brew, which is from my pal Megan. She's a client of mine too. It's called Multi-Hearted West Coast IPA. Doesn't that look delish? I'm super excited to try it. Okay, let's crack this sucker open. My coworker and good friend Carly bought this for me. Oh my gosh, that tastes like a freaking craft beer and a half, man. That is so good. Makes me think I should brew craft beer because, man, my habit is expensive, you know what I'm saying? It definitely is a bit hoppy, which I'm into. I like how it has that milky kind of color to it. I guess that's why they call it hazy IPAs and all that, you know what I'm saying? It's damn bloody good. And I'm sorry I'm reviewing a beer this time that you can't buy because my buddy made it, but homebrew, how sick is that? Yeah, best episode ever. Okay, let's get started on this look. Dingity dang, ding dang dingy. Today I want to talk about the most challenging services that I've done for people. So I would say my most challenging client ever was this one I had this past October. I had seen her once before and I had installed extensions for her, and I guess they were extensions that she brought in. I didn't buy them. So we put those in and I guess they started to slip out. I don't know, she took them out, whatever. They were tape-in extensions. So tape-in extensions are about this wide and they obviously have tape on them, but the sticky part of the tape is more like glue. So you need to use alcohol and a comb like this to kind of pry it off. It's really hard to get tape-in extensions out of your own head. Basically you need to get a professional to do it. Otherwise, you'll end up like this. This took me and an assistant about 2 hours to brush out of this client's hair. It was so matted because the tape was left in there. The extensions were not removed properly, so it just kept knotting and chunking together. Like that you see right there was a solid mass, and we kind of had to pick it out. It was a lot. It was a lot of work. I'm so lucky I had Lindsay there to help me. Shout out to you, girl, love ya. Because that was a tough cookie, man. We had added 1 pack of extensions, so I had to retone those. I had to retone her old ones. I also had to bleach her roots, retone her whole hair, and then apply the extensions and style it. The iron that I have here is a mermaid waver, I guess. It's just a deep waver, whatever. This one's freaking massive, and it's cute. Does it remind you of like a lady's pleasure toy or something? Ooh, baby, ooh. This is one of those styles, just like my very first Brews with Brena episode where if it's not perfectly waved, don't worry about it. This thing is so huge, it's really heavy. Like it feels heavy when I hold it like that. It's like, whoa. So I wanna make sure I'm not burning myself since this is so wide. So do this while you're looking in a mirror. And I'm kind of holding this hair like this so it doesn't get a kink in it. Hold it for a couple seconds, slide it down a little. Yeah, that's super pretty. So where was I with my story? This client, when I toned her hair with the same toner that I used on her extensions, it freaking turned her hair mother blue. I was so stressed out. I rinsed the toner out right away. It was, not only was it blue, it was splotchy blue. I knew as long as I got that blue out of her hair, I could handle it. A lot of hairstyling is like troubleshooting. So if there's an issue, you just figure out how to solve that issue. You just fix it after, no problem. You just address the problem. But if a client's hair is blue, what did I do? Like, oh my gosh, I freaked out. I was like crying almost. Like I went and talked to my coworker Tori. I was like, I turned her hair blue. She kind of like was like, oh, we could laugh after, because yes, it is funny, but right now we need to get this blue out of my client's hair. We just mixed up a little bit of bleach. I put the bleach on her hair for like 2 seconds, all over her hair, and it boom, it pushed that blue out just like that. I kind of like to leave the ends out, but you could always, you know, wave them up. The bigger the chunk, the looser the wave. So yeah, Lindsay was a great assistant that day. Thank goodness. That was definitely, in the last 5 years anyway, that's the most stressful client that I've had. I've never had a client where I was trying not to cry. I couldn't even think about it because there was just freaking tears in my eyes. It was the talk of the town, but whatever, we got through it. She was super happy. I don't know if she was happy with that price point. Damn, look at that, guys. We're killing it. Hopefully you're killing it too. Here's the after photo. It turned out pretty good. I was happy with it. I feel like this is super quick. Otherwise, I'm just having too much fun. I'm having too much fun with you guys. Does anybody else out there brew their own craft beer? So for these face framing pieces, I'm gonna hold it kind of vertically now, and I'm gonna hold this away from my face on an angle like that. Let it sit for a sec. Oh, you see how nice that is? It just like frames my face. Oh, ow. When you move it down too much or too less, you'll get like a big hoop like that, as opposed to nice, even hoops like that. As you practice, you'll get better. And like I said, styling your hair with this doesn't require it to be perfect. Especially if you're gonna be putting it half up or something after, like we're gonna do a couple different little styles. Today's texture spray we're using Do Over Again. And this is the best way to see if you missed any pieces in the back. Just kind of fanning it out like that and looking in the mirror at the same time. And I'm like, oh, this piece right here looks a little wonky. Oh yeah, this piece is totally straight. This is how medium length hair looks when waved with a deep waver. I feel hot. I love it. I have a little surprise for you. Beer number 2. It's another homebrew from my pal Megan. Her man made this. This one's called Canadian Pale Ale. You know, Canadian Pale Ale sounds a lot like Bud or something, but I'm trying to be a I'm very appreciative of these beers and I love you guys, but you know, just not my particular flavor, not my juice, but we'll see. And even if I'm not the biggest fan of a certain type of beer, I'm a pretty good critic and I'll be like, that's either a good beer or a bad beer, right? Oh, it's good. It's a good classic beer. Considering my buddy made these beers at home, they're freaking delicious. I've never had homebrew before, but I hear it's super hard to make. Each episode, I'm just gonna get more and more knowledgeable of beer though, man. I'll be an expert after this. It's like a fancier version of Bud Light or something. It's a pale ale. Like, what do you want? It's a pale ale. That's what they do. They live their life. We're gonna do look 2, which is a one-sided kind of look. The hair, when I'm pinning it back, it'll be able to hold, and the pins will be able to hold a little better if there's a little more product. I'm just taking this chunk that's just sitting like this, I'm twisting it, and I'm twisting it again back. So you just twisted it up like that. And so remember our bobby pin technique. Put it into the edge of your hair, go out, and then flip it back around like that, and then shove it in. Oh, and slide it in. Boom. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. If you want to pull out face framers, that's fine. Just make sure you're supporting your style, so. Boom. How quick was that? To be fair, I do not know what percentage these beers are. So this is gonna be half up look, so you just need a little ponytail or elastic. Just like a little more drunk. Wow. Take 2 sections. I wanna leave some nice little face framers. I'm gonna do basically a half up ponytail. Oh my god. I feel so fire. Oh my gosh, I love it. It is so cute. I feel like I'm killing it this time though. I did this style on episode 3 of Brews with Brena, and I'm just gonna do it again. Hi, thank you. Yay! My skip the dishes has arrived. Ooh, ooh. So this is the last look. You know, these buns look good as you practice this a couple times, you'll freaking kill it, man. So final opinion on the beer. The one I'm drinking right now, Canadian Pale Ale, I wouldn't buy it, but I'd for sure drink it if I went to my buddy's house. Okay, yeah, sure. I feel pretty damn turned right now, like damn. It's just not my type of beer, it's okay. But let me tell you, my man, my boyfriend Coco, he would love the out of this beer. And the multi-hearted West Coast IPA, that's the frickin' beer for me, man. Hoppy, citrusy, hazy, whatever that means. It just adds almost like a thickness to it. I don't know. I would 100% buy this beer again. When I first tried this beer, I was like, damn, seems like it's the beer for me. It's freaking delicious. I wish I had more. So thanks for checking out this week's episode of Brews with Brena. I'll see you next week.